Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of our van tour series. If you haven't watched the first two, go back and check them out. We talked about our layout and our bathroom, and today we're talking about our kitchen. So let's get into this here. The first component we're going to talk about is the butcher block. We've got your typical 2-inch butcher block. It is red oak. We got it from Floor & Decor, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend shopping at Floor & Decor. Maybe it was just the store that we shopped at, but yeah, I wouldn't shop there again. The customer service wasn't that great. But anywho, we got this butcher block. We like it. Next component I want to talk about is our sink. We got our sink on Wayfair. We really looked hard for a deep sink that was small. We were looking at bar sinks, just anything that we could think of that was a small, kind of width-wise, but still gave us the depth that we wanted. Because obviously our space here is not that big. We wanted to have as much counter space as possible. So we had to go with, a small sink. It's been okay so far. It definitely takes an adjustment learning how to wash like our pan in a sink this size because it doesn't fit in there. You can't lay it down, but it hasn't been too difficult. Next, we're going to talk about the faucet. The links for all these things are below, so just check in the description to grab the links for all of these things that we have. The faucet, it was important to us to have a gooseneck, obviously because our sink is really small, so we needed the faucet to come up and above and go down into the sink so that, we didn't take up precious room. It has a sprayer option, which was essential for me. I needed to have a sprayer option. And it has a pause button on it, which, to be honest, we haven't used that often, but it's nice to have. Yeah, we'll see if we find more use for it in the future. But it's always good to have the option just to quickly turn the water off when you're trying to preserve water. Next, I want to talk about our fridge, which is an Isotherm marine grade fridge. It was very expensive. I think it was $1,200. Whew, holy smokes. But I would recommend it in a heartbeat. So it's a 12-volt fridge, which means that you don't have to run your inverter in order to run the fridge, which is absolutely necessary. It's marine grade, which means that it's used on boats. So automatically you know that it is safe for the driving and the rocking of the van. It doesn't, have any dangers in regard to that. It's very well sealed. No air escapes it. They do a great job with that. And it's really big. We were a little bit nervous kind of ordering it and not knowing how much we were going to be able to fit in there. But we can fit a week's worth of groceries in there easy. It also has a freezer, which it's not the biggest freezer in the world, but we can still fit just as ice cube trays in there. We can also fit a pack of Trader Joe's orange chicken in there. Essentials, But yeah, I would recommend this fridge. Definitely, if you're looking to make an investment in your van, in your energy use, just in your overall kind of peace of mind, I would go for Isotherm in a heartbeat. Yeah, you could go out to your local Target or Walmart and get a mini fridge for $200, but it's going to consume a ton of energy. It's going to leak condensation, and it's not going to do the best job of keeping your fridge components cold and your freezer components frozen, which this one, it's a beast. Next are our cabinets. So we custom built all of our cabinets with our builder, Frank Design Company, in order to fit and maximize our space to its fullest potential. We used an oak plywood for the face of the cabinets and just a little oak trim around that, and then some, I guess mid-grade plywood for kind of the shelving and the bones of it. Hardware we got from Crate & Barrel, and they have two sizes. This is their normal size. They have a smaller size. It was really hard to tell online how big the normal size would be, and in hindsight we definitely could have gone with the smaller size. Yeah, I mean, they definitely look fine, but yeah, I wouldn't have minded if they were a little bit smaller. As far as our space and the cabinets go, we had intended to use this one behind me, this big tall guy, as our pantry. However, as you can see, it's kind of a mess. We have taken everything out of our cabinets and put everything back in like 6 different times and just cannot find the perfect way to store it all. We thought that we knew what we wanted when we measured like cereal boxes and other things and decided what height we wanted our shelves at. And we think that we're gonna add another shelf just to try and maximize the space a bit better. The bottom section of this pantry is driving me nuts right now, but that's okay. Maybe we'll take it all out again today and do it again. I know a lot of people have questioned if we have enough storage space because we only have one little tiny component to our kitchen. We don't have a galley on the other side. And we found that we have plenty of space. As you can see, we don't even fill our kitchen to its fullest. Yeah, so that's kind of the uppers and this big pantry cabinet. As far as our drawers, we've got the one under the sink, which is kind of the hinged fold down. That's where we keep our toothbrushes. We have this big drawer that pulls out that keeps all of our different silverware and kitchen utensils. We have too many things. We don't use them all, but we'll probably get rid of some. And then the last drawer, which holds our induction burner. And that brings me to cooking in this space. We have been figuring it out. Our induction cooktop is great. I would recommend it. We keep the power to kind of a mid-level there so we don't pull too many watts. We're still figuring out the toaster oven as far as our electric usage goes, and trying to manage the amount of wattage that pulls. But yeah, it's all a learning as you go type of thing. Under the sink, we have our cabinet that houses our trash can, which we held up with command hooks just on the door there, as well as our hot water heater and our shampoo, conditioner, lotion, and vinegar spray for the toilet. We don't use the hot water heater for the kitchen. We don't use it for the sink there. We only use it when we shower, but that's where it lives. Let's talk for a minute about this awesome backsplash. So what we have here is a backsplash tile sticker. We got it on Amazon, just like everything else, links below. We knew that we wanted a sticker because we weren't going to deal with doing backsplash with the grout and just all of that in a moving vehicle, even though I love doing backsplash. I've done backsplash in our house, in friends' houses, and really enjoy doing that. So if anybody needs backsplash, hit me up. But this tile sticker, we looked for a while. Interior design is definitely not like our strong suit, but we found this tile and Jess absolutely fell in love with it. And we had actually planned kind of to do a different color scheme in here, but we decided to make this tile kind of our standout piece, and really like it. One thing we have been asked, well, not even asked, but people have made a couple of comments about how they bet we hit our head when we are doing our dishes. So to answer that, yes, we have hit our heads a couple of times. We are getting used to it, and we don't hit our head anymore. But with living in a small space, you don't have the same luxuries that you do in a normal house. So we had to put a cabinet above our sink, given the layout that we wanted and the storage space that we needed. But it's really not a big deal. So yeah, that answers that. All right, I think that's it. It pretty well covers our kitchen. I'm sure I missed some things though, so if you have any questions, as always, just drop them in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for watching. We hope that you have enjoyed it. Next week, we're doing episode 4 of our van tour series. But in between now and then, we've got lots of things out, especially on our new platform, Caravan. If you haven't signed up yet, click the link below to head on over there. It's early access, exclusive content, so we'd love to see you all there. But for now, thanks so much.